So some of you guys are here to watch me struggle, aren't you? So I'm gonna take this out. Oh my god, this is really push. Breathe. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I can see the head. This is the hardest thing I've done in a while. Yeah. Hey you guys, my name is Sean. I'm a houseplant enthusiast from Jakarta, Indonesia. Welcome to a Philodendron Birkin video, and this is actually my second episode. I've actually released a Birkin video. It was actually my first or second video ever on this channel. That was 5 years ago. So it brings me pleasure to come back to this plant. I believe this is the same plant that came from it. I've propagated many. I've sold a few back in the days. And this one is just one that I've been watching suffer over the few years. It's just sitting behind my office. And the problem with this is it is an old plant. Now I want to draw a lesson here that with every plant that we have, they do get old, they do get overgrown, and we always should propagate as a means to rescue them, to set back their age. It is part of plant care. So I know a lot of you guys like really hate it when I chop up my plants. I can be violent with my propagation and I can chop them a little bit much, but that is for entertainment, to show you guys how it can be done. And also for people who are growing them commercially, it's a good way to learn. But with most plants, they do grow and overgrow. Now, particularly with the Birkin, they are, if I'm not wrong, an arabescence base, but it is a mutation from it. It is beautiful. It's got nice texture on the leaves. And again, don't quote me on that, but it might be a mutation found in tissue culture that became very popular. At some point, this plant was $100 each, if I'm not wrong, during the pandemic. It is now a cheap landscaping common plant that has beautiful foliage and really good application for those of us looking to style our homes. This is a good beginner plant to learn about plant care, and it's also a very good landscaping plant. This plant likes bright indirect light. It grows in a rosette pattern and you don't really need to give it a moth hole. This is a bit overgrown. Again, this is a little bit old, so don't let yours get to like this stage. It is a rosette type philodendron. It would appreciate top lighting, but if you don't have top lighting, it will lean towards the light on one side. So all the leaves will just towards one side. And I don't know if that's a very sexy look. I've always liked these guys as a rosette plant. Of course, you can see I have mine growing against a wall, so every leaf is like facing that way. There's more than one way to skin a cat, I guess. And potting media, I water my plant liberally, so I give them a very chunky potting media and terracotta pot. I water these every day. But for you, give them a potting media based on how often you're willing to water it. This is a very easy plant, a very forgiving plant. They can take a wide variety of potting media. But as a general rule of thumb, you want to let this dry out completely between watering. They hate to be sitting in water. You can see the roots are actually thick. They have a thick stem. When we unpot this, you will see that their roots can actually take in quite a bit of water. Do not overwater this plant. Let it dry out. If you're not sure if it needs water, skip a day and water the next day. Fertilize the same way with your other house plants, not a pest-prone plant, but then they can get some of this fungal rust and disease on the leaves. Is quite common for the Birkins. And one way you can do that is spray fungicide on them, or neem oil spray, which is a fantastic antimicrobial, which is antifungal and antibacterial. So spray this down often if you can. And this plant produced beautiful, like, I don't know if this is even variegation, because there's a variegated version of the Birkin. But then the anatomy of this is the young leaves would be almost all green, and then as it becomes a teenager, it will produce this beautiful striping on the leaves. But as it gets older, it will become very weird. It will revert to green. It will give you an all white leaf. So in today's episode, again, my aim is to propagate it, turn it into many plants, younger plants, and all with beautiful stripes. So you'll see all of that at the end of this episode. All right, less talking and more chopping. Okay, I'm gonna unpot this. It's really adhered to the terracotta pot. When you struggle to take a plant out of the pot, spray them down and wait a few minutes. It always helps. When you do this, the roots become a little bit slimy and it kind of releases itself from the pot a little bit better. Okay, it's been about a minute. Let's hope that this is easier to take out now. It's not easier. It is actually very root bound inside. I meant to do this a long time ago. I just never got around to do this. I lost some leaf material, and as I violently try to yank this out of the pot. You said some of you guys are here to watch me struggle, aren't you? That's the best part of my videos, so I take these out. I love a good root reveal video. the pot is smaller on the top. I knew it when I was choosing this pot that someday it will come to this. I have known better, not new to this. And I'm paying the price now. Oh, story of my life. I almost see it. I see it. Push. Push. Breathe. Ooh. And push. Push. Oh my gosh, I can see the head. I can see the head. This is not an easy one, I tell you. I wonder what's holding on the base because this is pretty loose. I should probably not be a midwife. Should not. Push. I see it. Almost there. Something's holding on to. What are you doing in there? My gosh. Oh, this is the hardest thing I've done in a while. I'm just gonna pull it by the roots because I think the roots are grabbing onto something in there. Yeah. How is there so much media in there? A lot of it came out already. Finally. Finally. Oh. Bam. And that's how it's done. I'm gonna take this older leaf off. Okay. Now when you have a plant this old, you're gonna have a main stem that is very long. Now with this here, you can see some of the older leaves here have retained the leaves, and then this one, there's a long stem here that continuously growing upwards, and the leaf just did not survive. Like this leaf is like so stunted. It just maybe it's overcrowded, like it didn't have enough roots to put out all these new leaves wonderfully. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop it. All right, we're gonna take care of this first. Now we can remove as much sheath as we can because if we propagate this, this sheath might rot. And here's the anatomy. Each node is one ring here. That means that it used to be one leaf per ring. And this here is the growing eye. This has the potential to become its own plant in the future. And same here, this is a growing eye. So every node will have a ring, a growing eye, a ring, a growing eye. So you can turn this into many, like this here is also another growing eye. I absolutely love staring at the growing eye of the philodendrons or any other plants. It's mesmerizing to see that it can sprout life from there. This here I see there's a growing eye. I'm gonna cut above it. Okay. And then I have here, this is activated charcoal. A lot of you tend to comment to see what exactly I put up there. It's activated charcoal. It will help prevent infection. So I'm gonna dip it there. And then I have some handy propagation bin here because I'm gonna just leave it to propagate. Now with philodendrons, you don't really need to seal in for humidity, although for me it really does help just to take care of it easier. You don't have to water it. You just need to make sure that there's water droplets around the side of the bin. You don't want to keep it too wet either. It can rot. I'm gonna put it the growing side facing up on this bed of moss. It just needs to feel that ambient humidity for it to push out this new vine. I'm gonna take another one. This literally just needs one growing eye like this, and I'm gonna plant it facing up. So the growing eye will have a view of the sky. Dip it in this, and then just grow it like that in the pot. Okay, so we have these 4 in here so far. And with the top cutting like this, because it is so mature, it's like mutated, I'm gonna throw this away. Now the stem does go all the way down here. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna cut. All right, at the base of this, not at the base where the leaves are. And then I'm gonna separate it. I'm gonna work in sections here. Okay. Now you see here, this is where I made the cut. There's actually a piece of stem inside, and that is still viable to push out babies. I'm gonna keep it as it is. I'm not gonna disturb it. I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna pile a bit of media right on top just to make sure it retains just a tiny bit of moisture so the roots are not completely exposed to air. And almost like, don't water this. I wanna be careful. And this might give us some baby leaves. Now, of course, if I had all the time in the world, I would go into it, dig into it, and chop single node cuttings, but we don't need that many plants. So I'm gonna keep this as it is over here. Now for this one, we can actually turn into many plants. Let me show you, but I might not get so greedy because we don't have a ton of space. I might work from the bottom up. Okay, there. This is one good cutting. It's got a leaf that's still photosynthesizing. The main stem and the petiole are all also photosynthesizing, by the way. This is why we want to give our cuttings some light as well. Do not keep them in the dark. They need that light. And there are a few rings here. I see there's a lot of rings of possible nodes and also some roots here. So this is one good candidate to just propagate directly into potting media. Twirl it in. Philodendrons, I normally like to use my aeroid potting media, which is like this, bark and charcoal. I've stopped using cocoa chips. Of course you can, but because I still rot mine when it's in cocoa chip. That's how heavily I water my plants. I water them every day. Cocoa chips, they are quite draining, but then when you have these cocoa chips soaking in water, it can really soak in all that water and it will not release that water. So the water will be there forever, keeping it perpetually wet, and that can really, really damage or rot the plant. Now I've got my general potting media, just a little bit of it, that I'm gonna top dress this in. So it's just gonna hold on to the moisture just a bit, and it just looks like this. Water this every day. The top part will get a little bit moist, and then hopefully the bottom will just be airy and humid in there. That's what the roots like. Some air movement, a lot of oxygen, because I do water my plant so liberally, it's crazy. And then I'm gonna take another chop. It smells peppery here and citrusy. I love cutting up old philodendrons. They produce these wonderful aromatics. Love it. This one I lost a leaf, but that's okay. I'm gonna take this off. Okay. This one doesn't have a ton of roots, so this is a good candidate for water propagation. Kind of like this. So I have a lot of these bubble tea cups that I use for water propagation. Propagation is super easy, you guys. Go for it. Like, especially when you have a plant this old, just go to town. They will thank you for it. Oh my God, this is so wild. The roots actually went through the petiole here, which is wild. There's now a hole through this petiole because the root penetrated it. First time I've seen it, which is really wild. After so many years of growing and making videos, you think you've seen everything, but... And when you have a thick stem like this, you have a lot of energy stored, so you have higher chance and you might have more babies. Now, of course, you can absolutely propagate this in full moss, in full perlite, or just in that potting media that I have, the general potting media that I have, but then you would really have to water accordingly. You want to keep it moist, lightly moist, evenly moist throughout. But for me, I hose down all my plants every day. I have thousands of plants, so our potting media have to be in accordance to our now generous watering habits. And a bit more of that top dressing. Do another chop here. It's better with the leaves, by the way. I know sometimes when we propagate, we don't have the leaf on it. It truly is better because the leaf will photosynthesize. It will really speed up the propagation and increase the success rate of the propagation. The roots seems like really bad, really dead, and cut the roots off. When you have like roots that are gone like this, it's better to water propagate because the root is just gone. See, this is also dry. So if I put this in water, it will drink up the water and then the new vine might come out and then the aerial roots will come from the new vine. That will be the root that you can count on because these roots are all used up and they've gone bad. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in soil propagation. We've got 1 in this bin and we've got 2 cuttings in water propagation and a mother plant, which I would consider this the mother plant. So I will see you guys in a few months' time. Wish me luck. Hey guys, welcome to a 6-month update and look at everyone. So we did have a bin that we did propagate single nodes out of, but we lost it. So no one could find it and I'm so sorry about that. I've been traveling like way too much in between. And this is actually a different philodendrons, but I just wanted to show you if you put single node cuttings like this of most philodendrons or most aeroids, it'll sprout through the growing eye and give you a whole new plant through the growing eye. The best way to grow it is to keep the sphagnum moss lightly moist and then invert it with a plastic cup like this to seal in humidity and just kind of set and forget it. This plant don't need a ton of nutrients at this time. It just needs a bit of light and a lot of time. And here is another example. This is actually a Dieffenbachia, but if you can see, you take the single nodes and each one of them should sprout a new plant for you. But I want to show you, I guess, starting with the mother plant first. Remember, this was just a stump before, and now it's like this beautiful plant, and it's starting to put out these wonderful stripes. This is where we made the cut, and then this is the new vine that sprouted out of it in 6 months' time. And then next in the babies, I remember there was 2 in water and 4 in soil. So we now have 5 pots. So we did lose one, and I don't know which one we lost, but I'm gonna quickly show you everyone, and this is pretty exciting. I believe this one might be one that was in water, if I'm not wrong. It's got like this half leaf, got this beautiful new vine, healthy new vine coming off it. This is a very easy plant to propagate, very vigorous, but it does take them a while to produce those stripes. Like this one here has already started giving me the stripe. Well, what's fascinating about this is it's probably getting very low light, so it is exfoliating quite a bit. As you can see, the main stem is longer. It's supposed to be more like a rosette, but this one's looking like it wants to climb something. The petioles are super long and the leaves are short and small and stubby. So this one could benefit from having a little bit more light. Let me take it out of check the roots a bit. The roots look absolutely okay. I see a little tiny bit of mush, but not a big problem here for this plant. Let me just show you 2 more. This one is pretty cute. And I see something else grow from the side here. This could be another vine. So when you cut your plants up, they actually become more vigorous. Imagine if we didn't cut the Birkin up, which is going to be one single sad plant and continuously grow up and lose variegation. And now we have all these new ones with a new variegation potential. And this one, this is so stinking cute because I don't know what's happening down in the soil level. Look down here. There's like a vine here trying to come out. There's another vine coming out here. So it is trying to find a way. I'm not even gonna disturb it. I'm gonna leave it as it is because it's clearly going to survive. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all these Birkins. They've become really common plants these days. I remember when I bought it, it was around $10 US, and now it's like, I don't know, I don't think you could give it away if you wanted to. They are actually really beautiful plants and I really love growing them, but you do have to always propagate them and revert their age. If not, they just become sad and ugly. Yeah, I hope this video has been helpful for everyone. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the very end. Feel free to comment down below, send this video a like, and stay subscribed if you haven't done so yet. And I know a lot of you guys love these kinds of videos. I made hundreds and hundreds of these before in the past. And unfortunately, the view counts are actually very low. So I'm trying to commit to making at least 1 video for the Cairn propagation a month. But I don't think these videos are gonna happen that much because, I mean, I love making them and I think it's important, but it's just something that not a lot of people are watching anymore. By the way, you're totally free to go now, but if you wanna help the channel out financially further, you can join as a YouTube member for a cup of coffee a month. Simply open any of my videos from a YouTube browser and next to my channel icon, there will be a join button, or you can join my Patreon at patreon.com/Sean from OnlyPlants. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy growing, everyone.